Here's a real inexpensive one. This is an Israeli product. It has a very tiny spinner device on top. This whole unit is only a couple of dollars. You can do it all above ground, surface tubing, run poly pipe down the row, just punch these in. But since they're only going to throw water about 15 foot, you have to have them placed about every 15 foot down the row. But you can get the effect of it, you can hear it, and that thing's just a spinning away. The higher the pressure, obviously, the further it's going to, the faster it spins. And there is a point of diminishing returns. Once it gets too fast, the water starts to atomize again, and you don't get the range because the droplets start getting smaller. The bigger the droplet, the further it'll throw. But after you get to too high a pressure, the droplets start to get smaller, and they don't go as far again. So you have the point of diminishing returns. So that's the very simplistic style spinner. Here's another variety. And this is an American manufacturer, and this one has, kind of looks like an old whirlybird sprinkler that you might have had in your home lawn if you were of my age or older. You can see that it just will spit water in two directions. It has a double spitter on it. The first one just had a plate the water hit up and it spun, and it had grooves in it to send streams of water out. And here happens to be a double nozzle again. This is going to spit it out both sides. This happens to also have a pressure regulator in it. So if we have a lot of elevation difference in a field, we can have higher pressures, and there is a diaphragm in here to diminish the pressure if it gets too high from the hose to the nozzle. It'll cut the pressure down, whoops, through the operating zone, or through the throat of the path up into the nozzle, so that the nozzle pressure is constant no matter what the incoming pressure is. So it has a pressure regulator built into it. So if you're on hilly terrain, that becomes a real effective device. So you can get the idea of how simplistic they really are. Again, a moving part. Anytime you have a moving part, you have a potential failure, but relatively simplistic and not a lot to go wrong. Not near the potential of destruction that you have on like an impact sprinkler.
They seem like they'd be good for the atmospheric changes.
The concept of the spinner is usually quite good. If you want to fog water for frost protection, or for cooling, it could be a real effective device for cooling, where you run the pressure high on these and get it to atomize the water and spit it out there. It can be an effective cooling device, and it's been tried and is operating in that regard in some areas.
So is this a popular product for greenhouses?
Could be. Greenhouses use spinners. They use sprays, which is the next thing we're going to look at, and they'll use true drip. Yeah. And then out in their lath houses and so on, they will more likely use larger range products in nurseries. Again, we do have the spinner for pivots. This would also apply in the spinner range on pivots. We can go to that oversized, that large rotator body, except take the silicone out of it and let that thing be a spinner. And that is used in some of the areas around the country. They would rather go with a spinner than a rotator, and so you will see that occasionally done. And we're going to look at center pivots and look at pivot packages and see how that works. That's in in about 4 lectures down the way. We're going to get into that, and we'll look at water application on pivots, and then we'll talk about how these different products really affect them.
Wouldn't cost be a factor? It seems like spinners would be the absolute cheapest.
Spinner would be maybe just a little bit less money because you have one less piece to the product. You know, you don't have the silicone added. But my guess is they're very similar in price. That's not a big difference. The manufacturing cost is virtually the same. So it's just a one step out of the process, and the only thing you're missing is a little dab of silicone, because as you can see, the compartment's not very big to hold that silicone. There's not much of the product in there.
You have to have a filter system with these sprinklers here.
Filter system on any of these smaller nozzle systems, unless you're pumping well water where you don't have any sand. You know, if you have good clean well water, you would not need filtration. If you had city water, you would not necessarily need filtration. Here's another one that you can literally punch right in the top of the pipe. This would be quite an inexpensive little guy. Get it to operate. Just another style that's available out there. So lots of small orchard style and vineyard style spinners available.